Today, we have a real treat for you. We have one of my heroes, true heroes, Aijen Poo. Aijen is the executive director of the National Domestic Workers Alliance. And obviously, right now, domestic workers are on the front lines. They are caring for the elderly, caring for people of chronic illness, caring for kids of people who are essential workers, and on and on. And at the same time, they're also such a vulnerable group. There, I think iGen will tell us, but I think there are over 2 million domestic workers in this country, and many living paycheck to paycheck. And iGen has put together a fund called the Corona Care Fund that we're going to hear about, and really learn together how we can help domestic workers across the country in their time of need right now. So here we go. I welcome the one and only Aijen Poo. Connecting. And there she is.
Hi.
Hi, Aijen.
Hi, Dylan. It's so good to see you.
Oh, it's so good to see you too. I mean, really good to see you.
Really good to see you.
You're such a hero, and I want to get into all the work. I know you've just been, I can only imagine the hours you've been working. There aren't enough in the day for everything that you need to do. But where are you, first of all?
I'm in my home office in Oak Park, Illinois. I saw some Chicago people tuning in. It's great to see you. And it is also a beautiful day here in Chicagoland.
Doesn't that sunshine feel good?
Vitamin D is a precious commodity. It's incredible. The sun makes such a huge difference. And I'm still putting my home office together, but I'm here, and yeah, this is where I've been holed up. And
so you've been inside, or you've been at home for a couple weeks now?
Almost a month now.
Almost a month now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. It is incredible. My husband and I were joking. We both run national nonprofit organizations and travel a lot. And this is the longest stretch that we've actually been under the same roof.
There's a silver lining. I don't know. Sometimes my husband and I are like, we love each other. Oh God, you're driving me crazy. I don't know if you're experiencing that.
Yeah. That's when we go for a walk.
So let's get into the meat of what you're doing, because it's so important. And I was watching this morning, Jane Fonda, another one of your mega fans, who posted this sweet video. And at the beginning, you had sent her some stories. And I want to give everyone a sense of, some of the things that domestic workers, you're hearing from them right now.
Absolutely. We've been on the phone with domestic workers around the country every day for the last month since things started to unfold. And we're hearing from nannies who are taking care of the children of emergency room doctors and other public health officials, people who are out there in the hospitals really fighting this virus day in and day out. And many of them are being quarantined with the families that they work for apart from their own families. And many of them have children who are home from school. So they have to figure out who is going to take care of their own children. And many of them, before the virus hit, this is a workforce that really worked paycheck to paycheck. Wages are very low. There's no paid time off, no paid sick days, no access to a safety net. So as people started to lose work, they started to just lose their income, and questions about how they could afford food, not next week, but actually this week, started to come up. And we had one call with domestic workers where one of the women showed her phone that showed us that there was literally 1 cent left in her bank account. That was 12 days ago now. And so just the amount of the complete lack of any kind of support or safety net, and also working through the crisis. We also represent home care workers who are taking care of some of the most vulnerable people to the virus, like the elderly and people who have chronic illnesses. And they're providing life-saving services and having to take the bus 2, 3, 4 hours because of reduced service on public transportation right now. Knowing knowing that the person on the other end is totally reliant upon them to get any kind of support, any human contact, and basic needs like food and milk, or it's just really their medicine, right? The medicines they need to survive. So it's just a very dire situation, filled with impossible choices and a lot of isolation. And our organization has been really trying to get in touch with everybody to say, we're here for you. You are not alone, and we're going to get through this together. And that's the reason why we launched the Coronavirus Care Fund, was to...
Incredible. And I mean, didn't you set a goal of 4 million, and how far are you?
I think we're about to hit our goal. So more than 3 million has been raised, and I need to get the updated numbers from this weekend, but it has been such a beautiful show of care. From more than 80,000 individuals have contributed to this care fund. It's been so moving and so encouraging, so hopeful. It's the reason why I'm hopeful.
You are amazing. I'm hopeful too. I mean, just hearing those stories of people driving 2 hours just to care for somebody, and what you're doing. So tell me, how will you use the $4 million? Because I read something of 10,000 at least people will benefit from this.
Yep. So if we're able to reach our goal of $4 million, we are going to be able to support 10,000 domestic workers with cash assistance, emergency assistance of $400 each. And if we surpass our goal, we're going to just keep going. And, $400, it doesn't get you where you need to go. And so that's the other thing, is we know that the support is going to need to be ongoing. Some of the other things that we're doing are, we just launched a COVID-ready caregiver certification program. So we have these mobile-enabled video trainings that you can watch if you're a caregiver, to help you take care of your own health and to make sure that your clients stay safe and healthy too. So we're trying to put together those kind of resources to help people to feel supported and know that they're not alone.
And how else, Aijen, besides just a donation? And by the way, I made my donation over the weekend.
Thank you.
But how else besides that can we help you?
There's so many ways. If you go to our website, which is domesticworkers.org, there's resources. If you hire somebody, there's all kinds of tips, like a checklist on a set of things you can do to be supportive of the domestic worker in your home. There's ways that you can get involved in advocacy. Right now, Congress is going to launch into the next round of debate about how they're going to provide relief to American workers. And we want to make sure that women, who are the least visible, most vulnerable, and 2/3 of all American workers who work for minimum wage are women. Right? And so women are going to be disproportionately affected by this public health and economic crisis that we're in. So we really need to come together as women and support each other. And we have lots of ways you can do that on our website.
Great. Okay. So say the website one more time.
Domesticworkers.org. Very simple.
Good. Yeah. Well, I want to turn to you a little bit, because I want to make sure that we're taking care of you, and one of the things we've been doing in this Makers at Home is just getting a sense of, we're all in this together. We're all encouraging everyone to stay at home, those who can. Mm-hmm. And so what have been the 3 things that have gotten you through the past month?
Okay, so the first thing, and I'm so glad you're doing this.
Thanks, Aijen. Well,
and thank you for asking about me, and I want to hear about you too, and it's just so good to see you.
I know.
Okay, so the first thing that's getting me through is the amazing team at the National Domestic Workers Alliance and Caring Across Generations. The women that I work with are so badass and courageous and talented and strong, and they just kind of jumped into gear and have been doing such incredible work. I want to cry just thinking about them. They make me so proud. I'm so lucky to be a part of a badass team of women.
Okay, well, so what we're going to do is, I wish I could write something because when I show it, it's backwards, but we can all hold up signs. You know, everyone's holding up thank you to the health workers. We can say thank you to the team, you know,
Yes.
at National, you know, Domestic Workers Alliance.
Yes.
I'm holding up a sign right now.
Exactly. Okay, so they're number one.
Okay,
And then the second thing is this book of poems by Nikki Giovanni called Cotton Candy on a Rainy Day.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just full of amazing, beautiful poems. And there's a great one about New Yorkers who I'm thinking about all the time. You're in the middle of all of this. But there's just some really special ones in here. And I won't read through because most of them are pretty long, but she's great and an
Okay,
inspiration.
good. Well, we'll share that. We'll share that with our audience. Okay, great.
And it's really important that we as women take care of ourselves. And one of the things I do is I have this little bottle of wellness formula.
Okay.
And I don't know that it does anything, and I don't want to be a part of any kind of misinformation out there or anything, but I put a few little drops of the wellness formula in my water. And really all day long. I'm just drinking water, wellness formula. Here's my water bottle. I keep refilling it.
Good.
So there's that. And then my 9-year-old stepdaughter she just turned 9 last Tuesday. And her name's Addie. And I made her this little book to put in what her birthday wishes are. That's my favorite thing to draw is an elephant
Wait,
butt.
you drew that? Wait, did I just hear, you just said your favorite thing to draw is an elephant butt?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And so I drew a little elephant butt birthday book for her. And inside she was supposed to say what her birthday wishes. She was supposed to draw what her birthday wishes are. And they're pretty great. I'm just going to share them with you very quickly.
What are they?
Okay. Peace, although the peace sign is upside down, but I kind of like that. But it was peace, right?
Love it. Love it.
Love.
Love.
Of course. This is what she wants for her birthday. It's pretty awesome. Her birthday wishes for herself and for all of us.
Oh.
Lots of smiles.
That gives me one.
Lots of positive, peaceful, and loving thoughts. Okay, so we
got the, so I see it's all together. Look at that. I love it.
Healthcare. We need this, right?
Yep.
And writing, right? She loves to write. She loves to read. And for those of us who are more introverted, being able to keep a journal of our crazy lives in the time of coronavirus, I think is a really good thing.
You know, we were talking about that. I can't remember which one it was. We were talking about, I think it was Gloria. We were talking about this moment and how, you know, lots of people are meditating and finding all these, taking wellness drops and whatever we can take. I've never really eaten grapefruit in my life. For some reason, it's my Corona fruit.
I love grapefruit.
I love grapefruit.
Favorite.
Right? So we're all doing, but there is this shared collective that we thought if we could create a global journal and somehow, you know, fill with stories of all of our different experiences, what you know, what a gift that would be to history. Of course, there are all these videos and everything, but I do think journaling is another, you know, positive, you know, inspiring activity that we can all do.
I think that's so true. And I was thinking this morning about how much crises reveal.
Yeah.
And they reveal a lot of what's wrong in new ways, but also a lot of what's good and right, and what is possible. And so we should all be keeping track of those things, of what's being revealed to us right now.
Well, you are what gives me hope in humanity. And I mean, literally, I can't even, your face popped up on the screen and I could feel it physically, how great it is to see you. And I'm really hopeful that our audience will then put this up on Instagram TV. We really hope that we can help you in our makers big hug away, support all that you're doing out there, Aijen. So
Thank you so much. And what you're doing is so important. We have to tell the story of what's happening through the eyes of women, because we are really on the front lines, and we're going to be a huge leaders in the solutions as well. And you are giving a platform to all of us. So thank you for that.
Well, we just put it out there. We just follow amazing women like you. All right, Aijen. Well, give your husband, your adorable 9-year-old stepdaughter a hug from all of us bakers. Keep drinking your special fluid and wellness, and we will now read our poem.
All right.
So
Great.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.